In this video, I'm going to be trying to recreate slash put my own spin on a design that I found on Pinterest. I was really liking the design. I loved how abstract it was and I loved the color combination that she used. However, I know for a fact that she probably did this with acrylic or some type of gel. So for the blue polish, I used Zoya's Lillian. And I'm taking some super glue and I'm going to create kind of like a crown going against my cuticle. For the pink polish, I use Zoya's Sharon. And the white polish or the soft pink, I used Zoya's Lillian or Zoya's Evelyn. So one thing I want to say very quickly is that this design definitely took me a lot longer than I expected it to, and that's because I went to try to swirl the design like in the picture, but I could not get my wrist to swirl correctly. So I actually ended up doing multiple attempts at this and I only showed one, and I actually just decided to give up and try water marbling, which I was happier with. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure she used hard gel or acrylic, which I don't use. And at the same time, as much as I loved how abstract the design was, I didn't love the gold foil and I didn't like what looked like there was part of the nail that was clear. So I wanted to go ahead and just add more coverage to this, and I was really happy with how it turned out. However, I do need to work out the kinks with this design because it is one of those designs that I really did like and I want to try to improve. And I will be honest in saying that I am not a good person to water marble because I cannot figure out how to do it for the life of me. I've only done it a very few amount of times, and I was actually really proud of myself that I actually did it in this video on the second try. This was the first time that it actually came out really, really good. So I was really proud of myself because I've been struggling with that. She also, in the picture that I showed at the beginning of this video, I'm assuming used gold leaf foil or something. I did not love that element of the design, so I chose not to incorporate that. I wanted this design to be pretty but also kind of subtle at the same time. So one thing to note about water marbling is that when you go to dip the brush into the polish to drag it, you have to wipe the brush off after every swipe on a paper towel, because if you don't do that, the polish can actually get gunked up on the brush, and when you go to dip it again, the polish will actually end up catching on the brush and you will end up dragging and ruining the design. I did do another video of water marbling. I've done so few water marbles on my YouTube channel that I think in one of the videos from last year, I showed that mistake and I showed what happens if you don't clean off the brush in between swipes. You can actually use a very fine dotting tool to do this if you wanted to, but I just had this brush and I was like, let's just try with the brush, and it actually turned out really well. So I actually let it sit in the water for about an hour before I even removed it. You can dip your finger straight in if you wanted to, but I've never had good luck with that. So I just decided to do it this way, and I was trying to be very careful not to accidentally rip it. And I pulled it out of the container and I put it on a piece of paper towel, tried to reduce all the folds here, and then I took a pair of kitchen scissors and chopped it down to size, and I actually laid it on a stamper, and I applied a very thin layer of base coat to my nails with this. And I did it this way because this way is so much easier. Now, you obviously can use liquid latex if you wanted to, but I personally think that when you do it this way and you break it like I'm going to show here, it's way easier and you don't have to use liquid latex. Now, obviously, the colors that you use will determine if you have to. I love to use bright colors as it is, therefore I don't really have an issue. But if you were to do this with a red polish, I might advise that you use liquid latex because that will be a mess. And then I just top coated it, and that was it.